Hi, this is Richard Quack here, coming to you live from Malaysia. I would like to welcome you to my weekly live video. And today, it is Monday here in Malaysia, and I would like to talk about personal development. And the topic is no one can force you to do anything. Isn't it true? In life, no one can force you to do anything. Now, I'm sure you know that we have the greatest gift of all. What is our greatest gift? Our greatest gift is the gift of choice. We can choose whatever we want. Nobody can force us to make a choice. We are the one who can make our own choice. Even God do not force you to believe in God. So you have the freedom of choice. All right. So basically, that is our greatest gift. But the sad thing, a lot of people do not exercise the right of choice because they are fearful to choose. Because when they choose, they know that they're going to make a wrong decision, and they fear it, so they don't make a decision at all. All right. So actually, our choice is our greatest gift of all. Now, in my experience, many people have fear. Now, do you believe that a lot of people have fear? They keep their mind closed. A lot of people keep their mind closed, but you and I know that, when you talk about a parachute, all right, if you drop with a parachute, now the parachute should open, all right, but if the parachute is closed, then you're going to drop dead to the ground. Isn't it true? So your mind must be kept open if you want to succeed in life. That is what I'm trying to tell people. All right, it must be open. Now, I have personally been invited to listen to other people's presentation. I have my own program that I'm doing, all right, for the past 18, 20 years. But the truth is that sometimes people invite me for a Zoom presentation, and you know what? I do attend the presentation because I always want to learn new things. All right, I want to learn new things. But the thing is that I know that the ultimate decision is mine and mine alone. Nobody can force me to do anything that I do not want. Are you with me? So I mean, there should not be any fear. In fact, when you go to listen to people, you learn something new, or you can use something from what you learn for your own business. All right, so it's important to keep your mind open because the ultimate decision is yours. All right, whether to join them or not is your decision. Nobody can force you. That goes for everyone, including you there. All right, people cannot force you to do what you do not want to do. Now, I'm sure you heard about Viktor Frankl. Have you heard of Viktor Frankl? He wrote the book Man's Search for Meaning. Now, he was an Australian psychiatrist, all right, whereby he was captured and put into the German concentration camp, whereby he was tortured. All right, he was really, really tortured. And not only that, all his friends and relatives, were executed in front of him. So he witnessed a lot of killing and so on. All right, and basically he was tortured, really, really tortured. He was even forced to walk on the snow, without shoe, without sock, with a bare foot, walk on snow. All right, so that is how he was tortured. But you know what? He came up and he wrote a book, Man's Search for Meaning. All right, and he said this: everything can be taken from a man, but one thing, the last of human freedoms, to choose one's attitude in any given set of circumstances, to choose one's own way. That means no matter what people do to you, what the Germans did to him, he had a choice of how he react to it. So it's the same thing with us here, all right? We can face a lot of things, but it is our own choice. We have the greatest gift of choice. We can choose how we react to it. A lot of people react to it negatively, that's for sure, isn't it? But you know what? He react positively. And you know what? He said that, he's going to survive and come out from the camp and, to tell people about what is going on and inspire people. And most of all, he found that, people who survive, because most people will die there, right? The people who survive are the people who got a purpose in mind. Some of them want to come out and take revenge, but that is also a purpose that keeps them alive. Okay, so this is what it is important to realize, that we have the freedom of choice. Now, I personally have come across many people who have lots of fear. A lot of people have lots of fear. When you talk to them, okay, when I invite them for a Zoom session or a Zoom presentation without finding out more, they totally reject me. I mean, for whatever reason, I do not know, all right? And the sad thing is that after I attend their presentation, they refuse to attend mine. I mean, after all, nobody can force you to do anything that you do not want. See, some people have so much fear that, uh, 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 they tend to fail. Okay? Now, what is fear? I mentioned earlier in my previous live video, it is actually fear is false evidence appearing real. All right, so watch the previous live I had about fear. What is fear all about? It's false evidence appearing real. That means it is not real. It is just a false evidence. You have a misconception about it. It's a wrong perception. Okay, I'm not saying that these people are bad. Honestly, I'm not saying these people are bad. The people who reject me, I'm not saying that they're bad. But if they have too much fear, they may miss opportunities that may change their lives. Don't you think so? I mean, certain thing, comes to you. And sometimes, as people always say, opportunity comes in disguise. All right? And disguise like overalls, look like work. All right, so the truth is that, you got to be open because you never know. Like me, 20 years ago, somebody, my close friend from Australia, he's a Malaysian, migrated there. He called me up and spoke to me about the program I'm in with today. All right, I didn't reject him. I listened to him, and I have the right to reject or to accept his presentation. But of course, I make a research about it, and so at the end of the day, I joined him, and today I've been with the company for about 20 years now. All right, so it's a choice. It's a choice, but the choice is yours. I mean, put it this way: even when I join my friend, all right, I have a choice whether I want to do it or not. All right, I can be just a product or user, or I can be a business builder. But I made a choice to build a business because of various circumstances at that time when I was totally broke. I got to make a decision. Okay. Now the thing is this, you can learn from others, don't you think so? You can learn from other people. That's why when we are communicating with people on social media like Facebook, you can learn from other people. Keep your mind open. I know some people, they are close-minded. They want to talk about what they do. That's all. And I know a lot of people are doing crypto and all those investment program and so on. And honestly, I do not get involved with it because I have very bad experience before. But I tell them, honestly, that I have a bad experience with it. But I do listen to some of them. I do listen to some of them just to please them or to give them some psychological air. No, I do listen to them. But the decision is mine. Nobody can force me to do anything that I do not want. Okay? So remember this, no one can force you to do anything. That is the topic for today. I hope that you learned something. Let me summarize for you. Okay? We have the greatest gift of all, the gift of choice. Okay, we can choose what you want to do in life. That's why a lot of people, I always tell people, you can have anything you want in life. The problem is that most people do not know what they want. Okay, now a good example I give you is about the parachute. You jump down from the plane with a parachute, it has to be open. If it's closed, you're dead. All right, and the other thing is that, you have to be able to learn from other people's opinion. You see, I am already more than about 20 years in my program, but I'm still learning because we can always learn from other people and in people from other programs as well. Because, information are there. All right, we can always learn from people. And of course, it is up to you whether you want to accept or reject. Like I always say, it is always my opinion. Okay, take it with a pinch of salt. You think that is good, make use of it. You think that is not useful, it's okay, no problem. You can always discard what you hear from me. Okay. Like I say, I talk about Viktor Frankl. Viktor Frankl, if you are interested, you can go and get the book. It is called Man's Search for Meaning. It's a very good book. It talk about his life inside the German concentration camp, how they tortured him, and how he was treated. All he watched his family members and friends are put into the gas chamber and executed in that way. And I've come across a lot of people that have a lot of fear, honestly. When you have fear, you know what happens? You stress yourself up. And when you stress yourself up, you cannot go ahead in life. Okay? There is no room for creation or for help. When you stress yourself, you only attract health challenges. That's about it. Okay. Now, a lot of people have fear. Fear is what? False evidence appearing real. Okay. And of course, I'm not saying that these people are bad, but if they have too much fear, they may miss the opportunity that can change their life. Isn't it true? They may miss the opportunity to change their life. All right. Now, I'm not saying that what I'm marketing can help everybody, but at least, with my experience and knowledge, I know that it has helped a lot of people. But there are some people, they just refuse to listen. Although they have health problem, they refuse to listen. So, I mean, I'm not in this business to make money by selling people things, products or whatever, but it's my intention to help people who have got problems because I have a solution. I believe I have a solution that can help people. Okay, so that's all my sharing for today. I hope that you learned something. If you like what you hear and see, please feel free to like, to share, and to comment. I appreciate that you spend your time with me, and I will see you again for another session of my live video on Friday. Okay, so this is Richard Quack wishing you good night and goodbye.